special provision law. A special provision of law. No policy of life insurance shall be called in question on any ground whatever after the expire of 3 years from the data of the policy, life from the data of insurance of the policy, or the data of commitment of risks, or the data of rival of their policy, or the data of their rider to their policy, whichever is later. To a policy of life insurance may be called in question at any time within 3 years from the data of insurance of the policy, or the data of commitment of risks, or the data of rival of the policy, or the data of the rider to the policy, whichever is later, on the ground of forward according by Insurance Act 2015, provided that the insurer shall have to communicate in writing to the insured, or the legal representative, or nominees, or singles of the insured, the ground and materials on which such discussion is based. Explanation on. For the purpose of the subsection, the expression forward means any of the following acts communication. So, the suggestion as a fact of that which is not true and which the insured does not believe to be true, be the active concealment of the fact by the insured having knowledge or belief of the fact. Any others act fitted to describe and any such act or mission as the law especially delicates to be fraudulent. Explanation 11. Mere silence as the facts likely to affect the assessment of the risks by the insurer is not found unless the circumstances of the case are such that regarded binding head to them. It is the duty of the insured or his against keeping silence to speak, or unless his silence is in itself equivalent to speak. Notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 2, or no insurer shall date of life insurance policy on the ground of forward if they are insured can prove that the misstatement of our suspension of a material fact was true to the best of his knowledge and belief, or that theory was or no deliberated intention to suppress the fact, or that such misstatement of or suspension of a material fact are within the knowledge of the insurer, provided that in case of fraud the ones of disapproving lies upon the beneficiaries in case the policyholder is not alive. Explanation: a person who violates and negotiates a contract of insurance shall be deemed for the purpose of the information of the contract to be the agent of the insured. A policy of life insurance may be called in question at any time within 3 years from the data of issuance of the policy, or the data of commencement of risk, or the data of referral of the policy, or the data of the rider to the policy, whichever is later, on the ground that any statement of or superstition of a fact material to the expansion of the life of the insured was incorrectly made in the proposal or the documents on the basis of which the policy was used or revised or rider used, provided that the insurer shall have to communicate in writing to the insured or the legal representative or means or essence of the insured the ground and materials on which such discussion to liquidate the policy of life insurance is based, provided further that in case of liquidation of the policy on the ground of misstatement of substitution of a material fact and not on the ground of fraud, the premiums collected on the policy till the data of liquidation shall be paid to the insured or the legal representative or nominees or agents of the insured within a period of 90 days from the data of such liquidation. Explanation: for the purpose of this subsection, the misstatement of or suspension of fact shall not be considered material unless it has a direct bearing on the risks undertaken by the insured, the ones on their insured to show that had the insured been aware of the said fact or no life insurance policy would have been used to the insured. 5. Nothing in the section shall prevent the insured from calling for proof of age at any time if he is entitled to do so, and no policy shall be deemed to the called in question merely because the terms of the policy area adjusted on sub-equipment proof that the age of the life used was incorrectly stated in the proposal.